When you hear about BitLocker, you likely think it's the rock-solid encryption tool built into Windows that protects your data in case your computer gets stolen. And while that's true, BitLocker does offer strong protection. There are several lesser-known realities that every user should be aware of before relying on it completely. First and foremost, automatic activation and recovery key risks. On many modern Windows 11 devices, BitLocker or device encryption can turn itself on when you sign into a Microsoft account, sometimes without you explicitly opting in. If you don't save or back up your recovery key properly, you might find yourself locked out of your own data. A recent real-life example involved a user losing access to 3 TB of backups after BitLocker silently encrypted 2 drives without the user's awareness, data they couldn't recover because the key was never stored. Second, performance and hardware dependencies. BitLocker works best with a TPM, Trusted Platform Module chip, which helps secure the encryption keys and verifies the system hasn't been tampered with. Without a TPM, you may be required to use a USB startup key or password, which lowers security and adds complexity. Also, encryption isn't free in terms of performance. In some tests, SSDs encrypted with BitLocker experienced slower read-write speeds depending on the hardware. Third, dual boot and recovery complications. If you run 2 operating systems, Windows plus Linux for example, or you swap hard drives between machines, BitLocker might block access or require the recovery key because it detects a change in the hardware or bootloader. That means what you thought was safe and accessible could suddenly become inaccessible unless you've stored the correct key. Fourth, encryption perfect protection. BitLocker encrypts your drive, so if someone steals it and tries to read it on another machine, they're blocked. But it doesn't protect you from everything. If malware is running on your system, if you're already logged in and browsing, or if attackers gain physical access while your machine is in sleep hibernation mode, BitLocker's protections can be undermined. In fact, it has been shown in research that disk encryption systems can be vulnerable if they rely solely on hardware components like TPMs without layered security. Finally, availability matters as much as confidentiality. If your encryption key is lost, or you forget you ever activated BitLocker, you could lose access to your data forever. Encryption is about keeping data secret, but if you can't access your data, you've still lost it. That's why backups remain essential, even when encryption is turned on. In short, BitLocker is a powerful tool, but it isn't plug and play and it isn't infallible. You must actively manage your recovery keys, understand your hardware configuration, and keep backups. If you skip any of those steps, you could find yourself locked out of your own system just as easily as someone unauthorized might be. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more PC security tips and tech breakdowns, and let me know in the comments which BitLocker fact surprised you the most.